minutes gone past the hour. It's time for us to get into our final conversation for the week. Serious conversation, that is. Well, do I call it serious? But anyway, you know what I mean. After now, we're just going to get into the game section, try and have a great time, and just gist and have a good banter for the weekend. Yes, it's Friday, freaking Friday, people. And remember I said at the start of this month that I knew a lot of people were going to be celebrating birthdays, all right? And it's been day, and I mean literally every single day. I keep getting updates, so much so that sometimes I have to just hold myself and say, look, don't make mention of this person's day. So what we're going to do today is the last Friday in October. I am going to get you guys to move in a different way. You know how some of those guys wake up in the morning and say, I'm going to change your life in a different dimension. But I won't do that. All I'll do is take you guys down memory lane. And those of you who are not so old, those of you who are still maybe, still youngish at heart, you will definitely be bopping your head to this. Some of you may say, no, we don't like this. But please, it's a Friday, and like I said, the last Friday, so we're going to be celebrating everybody's birthday together today, all right? So just before we say our goodbyes, all right, from this 9 o'clock hour, get ready, ladies and gentlemen, because when I tell you now, listen, when I say now, up your volumes, and we're going to just have a party, all right? When I say now. But before we get to the now moment and the other things, the shenanigans that we have, let's talk a little bit about transformation of vices this morning. Now, my question to you this morning is this: are we in danger of becoming too liberal with our societal values? Let me repeat that question again. Are we in danger of becoming too liberal with our societal values? Now, let me cast your mind, for those of you who will probably remember, back to the Prohibition era, right? Back in the mid 60s, right? Late 50s, right? Those of you who, my grandfathers and uncles, like that. All right, so back then in America, there was something called the Prohibition. Alcohol was banned. Can you believe that? That in the United States of America, at one point in time, alcohol was banned. You couldn't drink it. It led to smuggling of alcohol across the borders all over the US. So you see, there are a variety of salient social and symbolic factors that are associated with the acceptance of certain actions, or what we call certain vices. For example, a vice represents both pleasure and, in quote, wickedness, reflecting some sort of ambivalence. That means, let's not too worry about it. For example, in some parts of the world and in some circles here in Nigeria, adultery would be frowned upon, right? But adultery is not a crime. You are not going to sue anybody to court for cheating on you. You can have a divorce, but you're not going to say, oh, for the crime of adultery, we'll send you to prison. There's a bit of ambivalence to it. It wasn't always the same. It wasn't always the case. Because in some communities, you could be flogged. But these days, case in point, in France, for example, as much as 45 to 55% of married couples have admitted at one point in time to have had extramarital affairs. Let's leave France. Let's come back to the US and also come back to here in Nigeria, right? Now, the idea of a vice becoming, ambivalent, right, comes through over time. So sometimes maybe it's government pressure, sometimes the freedom of choice, sometimes people feel, oh, we are being restricted, right? You now have a change in what used to be bad to what is now acceptable. It is not seen as good, but there's an ambivalence about it. Like I said, I get the example of, a Prohibition era. You couldn't gamble back in those days, but now look at Las Vegas, city of all nights. Everybody goes there to have a good time. The same thing here in Nigeria. Puritan values over time would be eroded or have been eroded based on the issue of freedom of choice and pressure from various groups. But the question has to be asked, are we in danger of becoming too liberal? Now, you can go and drink when you are 18. Did you know in some countries, you can start drinking when you are 12, 14? But hey, it's not good. Science has told us it's not good. So there are some vices that you may see and frown upon, and there's some others that you will see and go, Okay, it's not as serious as it used to be before. It's not. No, it's not. What's there if a woman decides to go to work? But then it used to be a vice. But now women are in office places. But there is a danger. One of such danger is drugs. For example, over the years, people have been talking about liberalizing drugs, but you don't want to get to a point where your country becomes a narco state. Mexico, Colombia, for example, Venezuela, all these countries I just mentioned are fighting drug gangs every single day. But here in Nigeria, the question has to be asked, why? Why should we be careful? Because we live in a time, ladies and gentlemen, where people are hailing internet fraudsters. Hey, Chemo, doing well. Ogak, patak, now you. We are on the streets. You're on the streets, killing, stealing people online. That's what they do. It's so bad now that we've heard that some people at some weddings will be whispering amongst them, thank God, though, this girl, she just married Yahoo boy. See as her luck does the shine. Are you serious? You are celebrating, clapping your hand for something that is actually a code in the Nigerian law, the code of 419. That's what it's called. It's actually a code. It's a criminal code. 419. We no longer call it 419. We now call it G-Boy. We now call it Yahoo Plus, E-Money, Online Grams, whatever you call it. So, on this Pokey Talk station this morning, once again, I'm asking, are we in danger of becoming too liberal with our societal values? Numbers to call 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003, 08179230002, 08179230003. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, that's Twitter, at Nigeria Info PH. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
So turn down the volume of your radio set, refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. Didn't see it or hear it? Please do not make unsubstantiated and unverified claims. And if you're joining us, we're talking about societal vices, and I'm asking, are we in danger of becoming too liberal? May we leave now? Remember last year, or was it 2 years ago, we had this conversation, something similar. Someone said, those people who are doing fire, if they don't do it, how will they feed their family? How will they do this? Now we are in a state where young men, young women too, are involved in cybercrime, are doing, drug deals and everywhere. And people are saying, may we leave them. It's not so bad. Kunle is in Borough Creek. Kunle, is it really bad?
It is not that we are in the process of getting bad. The situation is already bad. See, I'm grown enough. Very soon I will be hitting 50. To know when this malaise started, and I will specifically tell you, it started from the time of Babangida in particular. You see, some people don't understand when we blame that man for the woes of this country. They think we are talking. No, that man brought a new mentality entirely, where you can misbehave just like this morning, and life goes on, and gradually the thing gets deteriorating to where we are today. Then we enter into the era of the Nollywood. Those people you mentioned, the Yahoo, I don't want to mention another person's name specifically now. So the society now has now become a place where, see, all that matters is get it. They will give you chieftaincy title openly. In fact, government will even celebrate you. See, those days, because of economy, even if they want to deceive us, somebody will come into power, will refuse to take umbrella or take whatever, just to prove that, okay, I mean well. See what the legislators are doing today, National Assembly. Even when everybody is crying, that's when they want to spend 150 million and they're justifying it. We are not saying they don't have the right.
So this
But
wait, Kunle, so you're saying
don't want to take that thing.
so Kunle, let me get you. So you are saying
point at this time to show you that nothing matters now. Just get it. That's what is going on now.
so okay, all right, Kunle, thank you. Kunle says, look, we're already there. All right, we've become too liberal with the societal values. People don't care. Just get the money. Blessed is speaking to us from Alo. Blessed, good morning to you, please.
Good morning, my brother in the studio.
Good morning.
I want to react on this topic you brought this morning before us. My brother, let me tell you one thing pertaining to what is happening in the society. We, the government, need to do the needful and wipe it out now before it is delayed. Before it will be too late. Number one, our government official, either the chairman of the governor in the states, when people tell them, say, oh, my chairman, I'm loyal, you know, all those sorts of things need to be even set down. We need to abolish it. Loyal, under situation whereby if your chairman doing good thing, you can loyal to him. But your chairman doing bad things, you see that my chairman loyal. And the chairman has notified you that he has noticed you that you loyal every time. If you commit an offense, how it will be for you to face the wrath of the law? I see this boy who killed a 300 level
alleged, all right, because once again it's only the courts that would determine, all right. So if someone was caught shooting, all right, and it led to a death, it's okay. They saw him shooting somebody and led to death. They take it to court and say, okay, yes, you committed a crime and mother, go to jail, all right. But this is a very peculiar circumstance, right? Nobody saw him hacking anybody. Please, I know this is an emotive and very emotional state that a lot of people are in right now, but let's try and attack the issues, not the person in particular. So once again, the question still remains: are we become too liberal? Are we in danger of just anything? Don't worry, we're modernizing.
Idol of trading himself, James Ael.
Niger. My name is Jude, the dude, or Mami Ben. Wherever you listen to us from, this is Hello Port Harcourt. This morning, the last Friday in the month of October, how time flies. It feels like it was just 2.5 minutes ago that we were on the first day of October. Wow, what a year we have had. Anywho, this morning, we're talking about transforming vices. Now, I gave a story earlier on of how years ago, during the abolition during the prohibition era in the US, where alcohol drinking was frowned upon by the government, no less. You know, we were not allowed to drink, have parties. So what did people do? People started to sneak and smuggle alcohol, of all things. Alcohol has been drunk for thousands of years. At one point in time, became banned in the US. And so it led to crime and criminality, because when people were smuggling, obviously they were on the wrong side of the law, and then they became criminals. Everyday bar owners or shopkeepers started to move the products across state lines, and it led to even the local production of their own gins, moonshine, as they would call it back in those days. But it's not just even alcohol. It stems from a lot of, in quote, vices that a lot of people were not happy with at one point in time. Now, the idea, right, that a normative consensus, that is when the society says, you know what, this thing is not so bad, right? It's because they develops a sense of ambivalence about peripheral norms. For example, right? Before 1999, right? A lot of people would not have given a second ear to becoming an armed robber. They would not have. They wouldn't. No, what? Never. No. Why? But over the years, the idea of robbery has metamorphosized from being armed on the streets to be armed with a laptop, a mobile phone, a keyboard, and great internet. A few years ago, you'd have sworn on your great-grandfather's grave that this my sister or this my auntie or even you yourself, you would never go into prostitution. Never, can't do it. Never. However, not that I'm condemning prostitution, please, just hear me out. But over the years, all right, it's metamorphosized. We don't have the hookup. All right, where people are online. Hi, what's up? You want to meet? Okay, if you want to meet me, you pay 20,000 naira. Now, just in case you did not know, right, prostitution is defined as transactional sex, where you pay for sexual favors. So, whilst you probably didn't get to one of the junctions or one of the city areas in Port Harcourt and saw somebody on the road and picked them, right? Today's society seems to be, it's okay, it's online, they are two consenting adults, you know, he sent a message, they slid into the DMs, okay, they set the thirst traps, no problem, you go, you have food, I bought you food of 20,000 naira, you have to follow me upstairs. We're a bit more, okay, it's not so bad. So it's not really that bad. Fine. It's not really that bad. People who only get affected if they have no control over their excesses, one would say. And that, in all honesty, ladies and gentlemen, is the truth about life. Because in moderation, almost everything can find a place in any society. Take, for example, did you know that there are some African cultures where teenagers as young as 13, particularly the males, are taught to stimulate themselves in preparation for marriage? In the same Africa, on the same continent, there are certain traditions where there is an aunt that will come and check the virility of a man before he gets to marry her niece in this same continent. And there are also several cultures and traditions where, people will make sure, this man is not too frivolous. They will dance upon him. And if he has an erection, he will cheat, right? But these days, a lot of those things are not, they're not too serious. People let's not do those kind of things anymore. We moved on. After all, the culture and tradition of a people, of a society, would continuously and continually evolve. But here we are today in the 21st century in Nigeria, and I'm asking, do you think that we are in danger of becoming too liberal? This same argument is what is raging right now in the US. People are saying, hello, we are becoming too liberal. We are letting a few people take too much pressure and bully people into believing what should not be done. Hey, all I'm asking here is, where is your stand on this issue?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
Numbers to call 017-923-0007, 08179230003, 08179230007, 08179230003. Please turn down the volume of your radio set, or you can step away from the radio. Preferably just turn it off when you start to call us. There's a call screener. Please just drop your name and your location, and we have a great conversation with you. And then on WhatsApp, the number to send us your messages 0809 030 6416, 0809 030 6416. That's where you find us with that number. And on the pages, social media pages, Facebook and X, you use the handle at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. X is Twitter, by the way. All right, a lot of people are still not very comfortable with the transition, right? It's X now, all right? It's Twitter, still the same, but, it's now X, because, Elon Musk bought it and, yeah. Okay, so it's X, all right? At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us on that platform. Twitter, that's X, and on Facebook. Let me start by reading your messages. Good morning, Jude. Dude, we are suffering from the impact of the past. The ones of the future would be more devastating. From the time discipline was murdered in school, every societal crime multiply. Jude, how do you come to terms with religious organizations and leaders endorsing cyber crime? It is unfortunate. George Benedict Nibi with that comment. The evil of land grabbing activities and internet fraudulent activities are celebrated in our society today. Indeed, it's a pity for this generation. Fidelis from Chokocho in Eche. Mr. Jude, Nigeria is gradually getting to the stage to be like South Africa in terms of crime, if care is not taken. Clef Rodriguez with that comment. This one here says, spread the money, Jude. That's the culture we have been pushing for years. Now nobody's asking where the money is coming from. Muriel is on the line. Muriel is speaking to us from Okrika. Muriel, good morning to you. Welcome to Hello Port Harcourt.
Yeah, Jude, be good. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome, please.
I believe there is nothing free in Freetown. That's what I believe. And for you to get something, you must give something in return. Now, dude, as Africans, or let me say in Africa, when we decided to welcome the white man's religion and the technology, trust me, Jude, we will give us in return. Something must go out before you put something inside. If you want to refill a can, that means you've taken something out. Then before you put something else in. Now, dude, we are in Africa. Yeah, we are enjoying the white man's technology. We are enjoying phones. We are enjoying the television. If you have this this big television screen, you see that with just the chip, what they call it, your USB, you will access every kind of movie. Look, Jude, it is so, in fact, I see it as a magnificent thing. It's so exciting, so fun to see that with just the USB cord, you will access so many, everything from the past, and I know this, in fact, maybe even in the future. So if we are enjoying all these things, Jude, that we accepted from the white man, then trust me, Jude, our core values will be drained. It will go. So that's what I think it is. Now we are enjoying on the phone just with the internet. The hookup. Some people have seen it as a form of what do I say? As their own page. When you go to their own page, that's what they do. That's their hustle, to hook people up, to link people up, and then it's fun for them. They are making money through it. And trust me, when they link these people, some people have ended their lives, and some people have found their right partners. So dangers and ills have come through it, and good have come through it too. So enjoying these things, it's easy to hook up, it's easy to do prostitution, it's easy to do anything. Even trust me, what is happening now, this internet fraud through the phone, just like you said before, they have to go to the highway, but now just through their computers and laptops, they are duping white people and even black for millions of dollars.
Miriam, back in those days, they justified it. People used to say, those people, they came, they robbed us of our culture, of our wealth. They used cloth, they deceived Africans. They are stealing our oil. We now they even took our grandfathers as slaves. Now we are robbing them back. It's 1-1. It's go, let's draw. That's what they used to say those days.
Dude, we're not robbing them back. We're giving something in return for what they gave us. That's what we don't understand. What we are enjoying, we gave our core values out in return. You can't even train your children anymore, except you restrict them from internet to a particular age where you know that, yes, they can be able to discern from good and right and be able to make good choice. You have to restrict your children from internet, maybe throughout secondary school. Sometimes even when they get to university in year 1, you're even scared, but you don't have any option. You have to allow them access to sophisticated form because of assignments and the like. Trust me, Jude, we gave something in return. We did not rob them of anything. We are not smarter than the white people. They are more smarter than us. A person that created a plane and this sophisticated USB codes for you to use, and you think you're smarter than it, that you collected something and you not different. Yes, we gave out our core values in return, our traditional values, our ethics. We have sold those things in exchange for this modern technology. That's what I feel, and that's what I think.
Okay, all right, Mira, thank you very much. Joel Lewis on Facebook says, good morning, Jude. I'll say Nigerians are becoming complacent. Sorry to say this, but the pressure some young people are facing from family members and society at large is overwhelming. Internet fraud is a very serious bane to this generation, and even have followers and haters. Yes, they do. And some of those followers and haters are listening to you and I right now. Some of them are your friends. Some of them are your fathers. Some of them are your cousins. Some of them are your brothers. Let's not kid ourselves any longer. But once again, was that Kunle? I think Kunle was his name, right? The first caller who said, "Look, Jude, this what we're seeing now didn't just start 5-6 years ago." He blames it on past military administrations that it started building, and I don't think I agree with him, but I would say this: by the time we were getting to 100 level, 2005 or so, we were getting to 100 level, we're seeing these signs. Even in Edo State back then, we were seeing these signs. People go abroad after a year, just a year, they come back. They're not just, look, I can understand, and look, let's be honest, nothing is really impossible under the sun. Right, people have actually gone abroad, worked. I knew friends whose fathers were working back then in Saudi Arabia. Back then, they used to spend 2-3 years at a stretch away in Saudi Arabia. Somebody last saw his father when he was in GSS1, and the father returned when he was in SS1. And the father only spent a month, maybe 6 weeks or so in Nigeria. And he comes and buys land, and people do things like that. But you see, that's the duration. And we knew that the father was a medical doctor. But we saw one time people go abroad, come back 6 months. 6 months, they're sending you 3 cars, sell it, use this car to buy a house, do this, do that. I am not saying that it is not legitimately possible for all these to happen. But the focus this morning is the perception of the vice. So with a lot of people are just sticking to internet fraud. But I made mention of hookup as well. All right. Then let's not also forget the bane for some people of the Nigerian society, corruption. If you don't give me this thing, your 5 day here. I was stunned when we had a conversation with someone that's saying, look, your the clerk will tell you your even in the courts. Remember we had that conversation, was that a fortnight ago, with one of those NGOs that help to provide legal aid to people who can't afford it. Remember, the clerk will tell you the file is here. If you need to mobilize us to move it to the next level. It's gotten to the point where, when we talked about that back then, we talked about tips and bribes. It's gotten to the point where a lot of people, I'm not quite sure what is a tip, what is a bribe. They now expect, some people come to work expecting you to pay them for the job that the government is already paying them for. And it's not just in the government circle, it's pervading everywhere. How many of you have been to some security outpost, or you've been to a gated environment, right? And as you are going, the security man stops and says, chairman, how far now? Nothing for us. That same security man will probably call Nigeria Info tomorrow and say, police, bad people. Police is terrible. They are on the road. They are collecting 15 naira. I don't like the police yet. Those same people will stop you and greet you in such an elaborate manner that you will be nearly forced. In some cases, you'll be moved to give them something. Societal values and these vices. Maybe not too look calm. It's not too serious. Richard is in Garrison. 90.3. Good morning. Hello, Port Harcourt. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, Mr. Jude.
Good morning.
Jude, to me, evil has been there since inception. I will put the blame on our religious fathers. Most of the churches now, they are not really telling people what they need to hear. Yes, I will put the blame on them. The Bible says don't join the multitude to do evil. And that is it. You can't change it. But today, are we seeing it? Are we hearing that? We're not hearing it. All we need is want you to do this, to flourish, do this. Let's celebrate you and the rest of it. Without knowing where the source of your income is coming from. That's it. Blame our religious father and also blame the government. And if time is not taken, this one is just the beginning. It's just the ending. It's just the beginning. If time is not taken, what we are seeing now, it will get worse than this. Thank you.
All right. Richard feels it could get worse than this. All right. This one here says, good morning. Have you not seen that video where a pastor was asking people to raise their phone and pray heavily so that miracle money will enter the phone by the following week? This is the problem that we have. Our values have all been hinged on how much money people can bring to the public to show them that they have arrived. What is the justification for anybody to have miracle money? What work have you done? How have you done the work? It's not even what you are doing. Amamo, I did not see that video. Please, did anybody see that video? That the pastor said, raise your phone and pray and you get miracle money. I didn't see that video, please. Please, if you saw if you saw that video, all right, and you have that video, please send it to me, please. At Omami with Jude on Twitter, right? That's X. Please send it to me. Tag me. Let me see it, please. That you raise your phone and they tell you pray and miracle money we enter. Why wasn't I there? Why wasn't I should have Wait, is it too late? Can I not raise? Let me raise my phone. Let me see if it will happen. I don't know. Let me raise. Hey, let me raise the phone. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see if it will happen. My 3, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Gabriel calling from Rumusi.
Go on, please. Go on, please.
First of all, I want to correct an impression with the last caller said before I go on. Our religious leaders, I think they've done the best they can to orient the Christian food when it comes to this topic you're talking about. So our religious leaders should not be the only people to be blamed. Charity begins at home, they say. So homework needs to be done. Just like, for instance, a female who parents ought to teach what we call sex education in school, in the home before coming to school, will not do their diligent duty. They will not carry out their responsibility as parents. So when the child goes to school, she or he does one thing wrong, they blame the teacher. Whereas the parents did not do their home check.
So and the parents are part of the society as well.
Yes, we are all part of the society. I grew up from a background where there was no parental check. And I did my own work diligently. Hence, there is no parental. I come back from school, nobody checked my notebook right from primary school to the higher. And then I decided to take it upon myself. Let me do it for my own, since my parents could not, or my brothers, my siblings who are adults could not do it. So let me do it so that I won't get into crime. I've been here for
well, you could do it. So why then are the young ones today not doing it?
It's a problem. That's a problem we're talking about here. That's people feel that if my parents could not help me, I am limited. No.
Oh, okay. So you're not limited by what your parents did or didn't do. Tex Noibo says, hello Jude, I'm a Hollywood lover. I knew the word prohibition and how it was during the era that the various mafia thrived, but I never knew it was only alcohol that was being prohibited. Besides, I think it was just about 6 or 7 years ago that the state of Florida abrogated a law criminalizing cohabitation of unmarried couples. I was shocked that cohabitation that was once upon a time even a crime in the, in quotes, liberal US. Liberalism is a wave and must be looked at critically by morally upright people. But our continued nonchalance towards the character of who we put in office, particularly the LGA, state and national legislative arm of government, is fostering it in Nigeria. We are heading towards the US and EU in terms of morality. Text in Oyigbo. Anyway, well, thank you all very much. We'll take a break now. Remember when I told you earlier on that when I say now, you turn up your volume because it's the last Friday and we are celebrating everybody that has a birthday? Well, it's time. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I sign off, it's now. Turn up your volume. It's still Nigeria Info, but it's Friday with a twist.
Go.